what you said. One is when you say your money and the plan for it. Do you realize that Walmart has a plan for your money? They do. They have a plan for your money. Comcast has a plan for your money. Starbucks has a plan for your money. Everybody has a plan for your money, and they're racing to see who can input their plan in your life for your money first. And so if everybody has a plan for your money except you, then your money is always going to fall prey to the other person's plan.
That's a good way to put it. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So they have a plan for your money. But so that's why you got to have one. Like he's one of our finance clients, and when we sit down and map out his we look at what's coming in, we look at what's going out, and then before the money even comes, we have a plan for it. So when it comes in, and it's so funny because he could probably add a little bit to that. When it comes in, first of all, you're not used to having a plan for your money. So when the money comes in and you got a plan, I know that at first especially, it was hard to remember, go get the plan. The money's here, now go grab the plan and tell it what to do. And then even once you do that, you got a plan, it's like, okay, the money's here and this is the plan that I laid out. But then it's like, okay, but I want to do something different now. You know what I'm saying? Or circumstances arise and tell you what to do with your money.
Circumstances are always arising.
And that is why, he's really good about helping his mom, so on and so forth, helping his goddaughter and all that kind of stuff. And we'll have a plan. And then a circumstance comes up, and our circumstance says, and this is how you got to look at it. Not that there's anything wrong with certain circumstances that arise. You know what I'm saying? But the understanding that circumstance arises and says, hold up, I know you have a plan, but we're going to interject our plan. You see what I'm saying? And certain circumstances, we give the right to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, her life, not her particularly, but her life, I give a certain amount of authority to knock on my door and say, I need to interrupt your plans with your money. You know what I'm saying? But even that is only to an extent. Or you guys understand what I'm saying? So, but then we got you got your neighbor maybe. You come home from work, your neighbor's sitting on the front steps crying because ain't no food in the house. None whatsoever. That's a circumstance that says, hey, can we interrupt your plan? She didn't ask for it. You just say, hey, babe, what's the matter? Nothing. No, what's wrong? Well, I lost a job. Like, we finna lose the house. I ain't gonna go shopping in a week. My kid's just hungry. I just ate the last bag of ramen noodles today. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home from school. That's why I'm sitting here crying. You see what I'm saying? So that's a circumstance, and that circumstance says to you, do you mind changing your plans for this? You know what I'm saying? And then we say, okay, I don't mind. And so circumstances will keep coming up. All kind of stuff tried to come up that tell you, change your plans. Change your plans. Change your plans. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes, your buddy come in town, and he's like, hey, let's go to Vegas. Nope. But you got to go. Nope. I have a plan. And your plan is not going to change my plans. I'm not going to let you govern the plans I already have. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of these companies have plans for your money. But you got to have a plan for your money. And you can't let circumstances come up that take you off of your plans for your money. Except for those ones who we do give the right to. We do, because some require the right to. Like my mom, her life has a right to. You know what I'm saying? My sons, their life has a right to, again, to some degree. Daddy, I need $100 because we're going to spring break. But go get a job. I don't give that part of your life the right to say, we're changing your plans. You see what I'm saying? But I remember when the school shut down because of the weather. Hey, They said all of us got to be off campus tomorrow. They shutting everything down. We got to be off campus by noon today. And it was like, okay. Now your life gets to interrupt my plans and say, hey, you have new plans. You see what I'm saying? And my son's life has a right to do that. My mom's life has a right to do that. You follow me? So you got to start to determine what stuff and who do you give the authority and right to change the monetary plan. Okay, I think she's out there. Can you go look and see if she's standing by the door? She is right there, yeah. Can you go open the door right quick? So, thank you so much. Can you type as fast as I talk?
I'm just right hitting
The points and stuff like that?
yeah.
Do you go home and then redo them?
I'm just going to start next today.
Oh, okay. But
I can type that.
Oh, yeah? I take like a whopping 10 words a minute, bro.
I can try
I be geeked too with my little 3 fingers. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
I'm not a typer, but I can.
Right. Good morning.
Ooh, I ended up going maybe this morning because my
How you
child
doing?
said, how you doing? Good morning. You know, the end of the year test, and she's got to go to her school.
Okay.
And my husband's out of town, and I'm like,
Gotcha. Okay, so we're just finished up. So anyways, those things that we give that right to, but now this is the last part of that. You got to know where to draw the lines. You got to know how far to go with that. How much authority you give certain things in your finances. You got to know what's frivolous and what's not. You know what I'm saying? And so again, the whole idea is based on what she said is everybody has plans for your money. So you've got to have plans for your money. And then you got to get to a place where you execute those plans no matter what, as stable as you can. Because again, life has so many circumstances that come up. And we got to pick and choose which circumstances are okay to change my plans for, you know. And then the next thing is this. It's so funny because now that I call you your real name, now that I call you your right name, before I say Sophia, I'm like, it ain't Sabrina. Stop it. That's what I'm telling my mind. So the other thing that you said, or listening to you talk about the job, and you know you're looking for work, and you were just making ends meet. The whole idea for this course is to realize, or get to the point when by the time we're done, I know how to walk out of my house and generate that income. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you do get laid off or you do lose the contract, it's never, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to open my front door. I'm going to get creative. I'm going to make it happen. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I had the comedy club before we just reopening, I had a partner that would always be like, man, I don't know, I'm tapped. You're not tapped. You got 20 tickets in your pocket. That's income. Go sell the tickets. You know what I'm saying? You're not broke. You're sitting on talent and product. Go sell it. You know, I knew people who sell, what's that, paparazzi stuff. Man, I'm broke. You're not broke. Yeah, I am. Don't you got 100 paparazzi pieces at home? Yeah. Well, you're not broke. Go sell it. Go make your money. You know, and again, that's the idea when we get done here. And the last thing, I started these courses that we teach in the recession. It was, I remember everybody was screaming broke, people losing their houses. I mean, it was going down. And I remember saying to myself, well, I don't know real estate like that, but I do know about money, and it doesn't disappear. Money flows. So if it's not here anymore, where did it move to? And that was the question that I asked myself, where did it go? Where did it move to? And that's when I decided, I said, okay, I'm just going to find where it went. And I created these classes in that recession, and people paid for them, especially in that recession. Because everybody's saying, I ain't got no money. Well, I can teach you how to make some money. Well, I'm in. And again, I'm saying that to you to say, even in the down times that we call down times, I'm looking for a job right now, in between jobs right now, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, yeah, you're ripe for creating something to get that money in. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, we're going to talk some more about that. But making money, it's really it's an exercise in creativity. And I think that's what people miss out on. Yes, sir. Somebody's at the door. Somebody's at the door.
Okay.
No, you go ahead. You sure? Okay. Making money is an exercise in creativity. And so, well, I guess I'll wait for her since she was nice enough to go open the door. They turn what around? In the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Go around this way. So making money is an exercise in creativity. It is your ability to see something and realize that there's something there to see. And I was talking to some kids today, and I had an example that popped in my head. It's like when the kid goes to the refrigerator and says, there ain't nothing here to eat. Everybody's done it, and if you got kids, they doing it now. Second generationers open the refrigerator saying nothing here to eat. And then your mom goes to that same refrigerator and opens it, and she sees something to eat. So the question I have is, how come you can look at a set of resources, and then I look at the same set of resources? You say there's no money here, and I say there's a lot of money here. Do you see what I'm saying? Your phone's on vibrate? You straight. Okay. And so, again, with this idea, how did your mom walk to the same refrigerator, see what you saw, and make something to eat, but you couldn't? Not that you couldn't make it, you didn't even see that there was anything here to make. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like walking out of the house, it's like walking out of your front door. You open your front door and you do like this. You're on the porch and you're looking out at Jacksonville and saying, ain't nothing here. Ain't no opportunity here. Ain't no money in Jacksonville. I walk out of my front door and say, man, look at all that money in Jacksonville. Look at all that opportunity in Jacksonville. How come I can see what you cannot see? And it's perspective, right? So your mom opened the refrigerator, saw what you saw. And so she saw, and she said to herself, okay, I got to get creative. I'm going to take this and this and this. I'm going to mix it with that. I'm going to cook it, and I'm going to do this and this. And boom, she took the resources and created something from the same things you were looking at.
I think thinking out the box is, because like you said, you're looking at something, but you think out the box, well, I can use this for this, use this for that.
Indeed. Now watch this. There ain't no box.
Understanding your resources
Right.
and how to use them.
Right. But there ain't even a box. There's no box. People say, think outside of the box. There is no box. Everything in life is whatever you feel like making it.
There was a box.
Do you see what I'm saying?
A box was created to instill structure.
Right. So there is no, so when we say think outside of the box, I get that idea. I get what you're saying, but it's like being in the Matrix. There's another level. There ain't no box to think outside of. Box is not real. It doesn't exist. It's invisible. It's intangible. It's not there. It's kind of like, you ever seen people train dogs? And they put that thing and it buzz and it buzz and it buzz. So even if it ain't there, the dog won't go there no more because they think it's something there. Or the baby elephant that's on the stake and they couldn't move. Now the baby elephant is 1,000 pounds. He could sneeze on you and die, and you would die. But that little rope keeps them staked in the ground. That's the box. There ain't one. School told you that there was one. 14,000 hours of an education told you that there was a box. You see what I'm saying? And told you to be in the box. Your success is in the box. That's a lie. We know that. But people who even know that think, I get it now. Think outside the box. No, you don't even get it yet. There is no box. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because thinking outside the box still has you chasing a ghost. Because I'm trying to create something to get over something that don't exist. Does that make sense? You just step over. There's no box. I'm trying to climb over. I'm trying to climb over the thing outside the box. There's no box. You're still wasting energy. Do you know what I'm saying? On tomfoolery. I can't believe I just said that. Yeah. I don't know if I'm getting old or I'm around the wrong people. But you get my point. So it's all creativity. So it's being able to say, like, I can meet a guy. Right now, I'm working with a guy that we're partners, and I met him through another partner of mine at the time that passed away, and now we're working together. He sells cars. Right now, that's what he does for a living. He used to flip houses and all this stuff. They made a whole lot of money. Now he sells cars. He makes a whole lot of money selling cars. He's good at it, and he knows what to do with credit. And everybody that he's worked with knows this, but they don't see him as a resource beyond what's in front of them. You see what I'm saying? So when I got to talking to him, I was like, "You've been knowing this guy how long?" I've been knowing him for a while, but really hanging out for a week. And I was like, and now we got a new company started, a new side of what you know what I'm saying? That's my point. You got to be able to see, okay, I see that, and I see that, and I see that, and I see that. You know, even my marketing guy that's now partnered with me in the comedy club. A lot of people know him, but I saw him and said, I think that's a resource. So he bought into the comedy club for 20% for $5,000. Now I have in-house a marketing guy. And I got to go pay one. He has a reason to make sure the room is full because he owns 20% of this. Didn't cost me anything. But how many people knew this guy and didn't know he was a resource? That's what I'm talking about. You can introduce me to somebody that you've been friends with for 30 years, and I'm talking to him for 10 minutes, and I realize, oh my God, we finna go change the world. What? What do you mean, what? You don't see? It's like opening that refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I see something you don't see that you could have been created something special out of. I'm not special. I just see what I see. And the creativity involved, influence and creativity is what creates revenue, period. There is no influence plus revenue. I mean, influence plus creativity. I mean, you mind if I grab it? Oh, you using that, right? So it's recording? Okay, so this right here. If I told him, let's say I created this. I'm creative, I created this flyer. Then my influence is like, hey, Andre, buy this flyer. Give me $10 for this flyer. And he does. That's influence. Getting people to do what you tell them to do is influence. Would you agree? Do you understand that? That's what influence is. Can you get people to move in your direction? Can you get them to buy what you say buy? Can you get them to come when you say come? Can you get them to go when you say go? Can you rally them when you need them? That's what influence is. The same way somebody said, man, I can't, she said she ain't coming. What I said, give me the phone. Give it. Hello? Da-da-da. She'll be there.
That's influence.
That's influence.
Yeah.
Well, we both asked for the same thing, but he has no influence with her. What it means in layman's terms, he has no ability to get her to do what he needs her to do. And I do. That's what influence is. You got me now? So creativity, creating something, a product, a project, a program, a service, creativity, plus the ability to tell somebody, now buy it. Creativity plus influence equals revenue generation. You got me now? Your creativity has to go up and your influence has to grow. And now this is the thing though. As this is happening for you, even now maybe you've experienced it now, as you start to realize that my creativity is increasing, my influence is increasing, I'm changing. We talked about decision making last week. I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm learning how to master my money, I'm telling it what to do. I'm not afraid to talk about money, I'm not afraid to command money, I'm not afraid to ask for it, I'm not afraid to go get it, all these kind of things, and I'm changing. I'm not afraid to look out my window and dream big and see that it's bigger and it's better. Except that even you and I have been talking about going to do this and this higher end thing here, going to the golf, and you know. And what happens is the relationships around you will try to keep you stuck if you let it. You know, one of the things I try to prepare people for, if you really get this, and you really start growing, and you really get creative, and you really start to get your influence where you need it to be, and you start creating programs and processes, and you selling it, and you killing it, you know how to make money, and then you also know, I can't be around people who don't facilitate this ability in me, so you start to change. If people start to see you, you're starting to value your relationships, because what happens is, if I value my relationship with money, and I see that you don't value your relationship with money, Do I want to hang out with you anymore?
No.
No, not really. I want to be around you. When I see people who don't value their relationship with their kids, and I know how I value mine, I don't want to hang out with you. Like you're talking about women. When I see men who don't value women properly, I want to hang out with you because I do. So when you start valuing your money right, your creativity, you start to protect it and honor it and foster it, your influence, and you see other people don't, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to be around you. Not out of meanness, you just start to realize we don't have nothing in common anymore. I don't even want to go to dinner with people who get their bill and complain about it. You came here knowing we had to pay for this. But how many people do that? Y'all know people do that. They went out tonight and get the bill of what they ordered. They didn't have to order what they ordered, but they ordered what they wanted to eat and got the bill knowing fully well when they picked it, what it was going to cost. And then when it came, they complained about it. Well, how twisted is that? You came here knowing what restaurant we were going to. You looked at the menu before you ordered the food. You knew how much it cost before you picked that thing. And then when the bill comes, you complain about it as if you're shocked and surprised. Something is wrong with the way you think and view the world. I don't want to be around you. I'm working on my mindset to stay right about money. My ability to control my finances, my emotions and my finances, my creativity, my influence. I got to keep my mind right. Because remember, money is a legitimate, alive force. The Bible says money will grow wings and fly away. Money will tell you, you can count on me, and it will be gone tomorrow. You know, money will tell you, you don't need that. You don't need them people. You got me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to study. You got me. And tomorrow you get laid off. Like money will grow wings and fly away. And it's gone. You know, money will tell you that you're special because you got me. Money will tell you you're nobody. You don't have me. So that's what I mean when I say it's an alive force. Money will tell you you can't afford to be sick. You know you got to pay that car note. You know you better go to work sniffling and all. You can't go on that trip for no week. Yeah, it will. You know it will. They tell you all that kind of stuff. So money is an alive force. It's a real force. So much of a force you can worship it. And so if you really grasp that money is a legitimate force, then you know I don't have time to play around with my mindset where money is concerned. Because if I get caught slipping one little bit, it'll start back telling me what to do. And anybody that started trying to budget, anybody that's ever started trying to prioritize, you know, in the wrong day, wrong emotion, wrong time, wrong heartbreak, money would be like, just go shopping. And you be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what money tell you. You know he just told you wasn't no good. Go buy some stuff. Spin us, make you feel better. So that's what I mean. If all you got to catch you is on the wrong day, and it's gonna tell you to go do some stuff you had just said I ain't gonna do. You look at that plan of money and say, don't listen to that right now. Go do what you need to do. So my point is, so if we know that money is an alive force like that, a legitimate thing that will get you off course and get you in your emotions in a heartbeat, how hard it is to stay focused properly, I can't be around the dumb stuff. I can't be around people complaining about money. I'm fighting me that wants to complain about money. I can't be around people that's just frivolously spending money. I'm fighting my wanting to frivolously spend money. I can't be around people who are scared of money. I'm fighting my fear of money. I can't be around people that use money as a crutch. I'm trying not to use it for a crutch for me. Do you see what I'm saying? So as your relationship gets better with money, your mind is going to try to trick you and tell you that your relationship with people got you feeling like you're not worth anything. But I'm here to tell you that as your relationship with money gets better, it is going to change your relationship with people. It is. Don't be afraid of it. Let it happen. Don't fight for those relationships with people who don't get it, who try to make you feel bad because your relationship with money is getting better. You know what I'm saying? People who get mad because you can afford now to go out of town and they can't. People who get upset now because you can do certain things and they don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen. Your relationship with people is going to change. It's going to change as your relationship with money gets better. Let it. Because the people who don't understand as the relationship changes, the new relationships will come into place. People who do get it, people who are where you are, people who will facilitate and foster and help nurture what you're learning and growing in.
And see, that's something that we don't grow up, we don't grow up with that mindset. So we always had that mindset of we gotta, be real and stay with our,
Right there.
like treat our boys or our,
Yep.
people we
Yep.
grew up with.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if you, like if your relationship isn't growing with them, then you got to grow without them.
Absolutely.
And it made me need to leave them behind.
Not me. Like, this is the thing. Like, I remember exactly what you're talking about. I remember sitting in the middle of the landing in them hard behind metal chairs, and just thinking, why am I not able to pass through a certain place? Why can't I get past, the little $2,000-$3,000 a month? What's wrong? And God gave me a revelation that said, you're trying to stay faithful to where you come from. You're trying to stay, from our vernacular, it's black. You're trying to don't forget who you are. That's what they tell you as you're growing. Your relationship with money gets better. You act indifferent. You act like you don't remember where you came from. And so I wish, like you said, I'm trying to stay true to my boys. I'm trying to stay true to the family and all that kind of stuff. And what I realize is I can't neglect where I come from as long as I don't lie about it. I don't have to never change. I just have to never lie about it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I never step foot in the hood again, if I never step foot in a situation that's low functioning or if I never step foot there, that don't mean I'm not staying true to where I come from. I know parents who do this. Man, my kids ain't never gonna struggle like I struggle. I'm finna take them to the hood and I'm gonna show them how bad it is, and I ain't gonna let them do this kind of stuff, and I need them to feel what it's like to be poor. Like, are you stupid? Don't we go out and build the world better so they don't have to ever feel and go through what we've been through? Ain't that the point of it all? So I don't want them to ever feel what it's like to be hungry, to feel like what it's like to not be able to buy what you need and the clothes you need. No, I'm not going to create that mockness for them. That's dumb. What you really do is sit down and say, son, daughter, let me tell you where I come from, what it's like, what daddy sacrificed, what he did so you can have this. So you never forego where you come from as long as you don't lie about it. Now, if you get the balling out of control and you get up and say, yeah, I was born in California and, in Beverly Hills, and now you're forgetting where you came from. But if you never step foot back to where you came from, if you never go back home to the hole you from, but when you get up in front of the group of people you're talking to as the president of your company and say, look, guys, you can do anything. This is where I come from. Do you see what I'm saying? So you ain't got to stay there. You ain't got to foster it for them. You ain't got to shrink back and go back into trying to feel like you don't got to do none of that crap. You let yourself grow and thrive and let yourself change.
Even in like the relationship piece of it with friends or people that you knew. One thing that probably helped me out was, like when I did talk to them, I kind of like always talked about like progression, things that I was trying to do so much to the point where they weaned themselves out, right? Like,
And that's it. Absolutely. And that's what I'm talking about. When you raise your standard, the people that will not raise with you will wean themselves out. But what happens is you stop raising your standard because I don't want them to feel bad. You stop raising your standard because I don't want people to look at me like I'm being different. You stop raising your standard so I don't feel this huge gap that's happening between us. No. Keep growing. Because again, as you get better with your money, as you relate better with your money, you will change. And as you change, your relationships will change.
I think with me, it's the family thing. Because my mom and father are gone. And it's just me, my brother, and my sister. And when I talk to them about trying to better themselves or get a better what they're doing, chasing hours for dollars, they're not there. They're totally nowhere on the planet. And like you said, you have to, it's hard to distance myself from that negativity, because my brother makes very good money. He is in the hood. When I mean the hood, drugs, smoking on the step, you know, that type of mentality.
Right, like the real deal.
Truly, yeah, and that he's comfortable with his children in that environment.
Because it's comfortable, right?
Exactly, I can't be.
Right.
So I'm trying to distance myself with love, but not distance myself totally.
Well, this is like what he was just saying. You don't have to distance yourself at all. You keep raising your standard, they will fall off. But that's what I mean. You have to let it. You can't start feeling guilty. Well, we don't talk like we used to talk. Let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you all right? Love y'all. Need anything? Okay, bye. Like, let it happen. Let you rise. And the people that's going to rise, some family members are going to rise. Or some will next year. Some will in 5 years. Some will go through their stuff and say, they're going to remember. I remember when Elaine was going through that. And they'll call you. Hey, I know you got your business. I'm trying to do mine. And now they're ready. But you can't keep growing if you stay there.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
It's crazy when you're trying to like influence, you know, people that's in your surroundings, your immediate family, or just let them know, especially with them being young, the opportunities that are out there to basically see it. It's like you can't see it for somebody else.
You can't.
They have to basically wake up and get to that point where they want it.
And that's why I don't try to see it. I don't try to.
You don't try to see it for other people.
I let it go.
But then the other thing is like if you are around certain, people, whatever, you start telling them about your dreams, your ideas, what you want to do. Sometimes you feel that negative sense of, jealousy or whatever. And it's like, that's not a good thing for you to basically feel, because I'm like, if you're around that type of person and it's like, oh, she thinks she's that, or she thinks she's,
Right.
that, this and so forth. Sometimes it's like, it's better sometimes to keep your secret to yourself and work on those things until you could basically make it out.
Well, I would say this.
I mean, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I know what you mean. It's not just women, it's men too. It's self-esteem. It's a self-esteem thing.
Dealt with that so much growing up.
We all, I have, you have,
Yeah.
but this is it. It's self-esteem. That's the next place I wanted to go. When you start to get creative and I'm doing this, just finna go do it and get creative and influence, you start getting better, you start growing and changing, and people start to recognize and see it, because you're not the same. Relationships have a degree of comfort. So when I stand in front of you, I know what our relationship usually feels like. But when you start to grow, even if it's 1 inch, it feels a little bit off. We really don't say nothing right then. We wait till it feels about 15 to 20% off. Then we'll say, over the last month, I just feel like we ain't on the same page no more. What's been happening? But now it's big enough to really be able to articulate what's been happening. You know what I'm saying? Now this is the question. Are you going to let it happen with confidence? Or are you going to shrink back? So that's what I mean when I say self-esteem. I have to be confident enough in me to let it happen, to let it grow. And I'm not going to change what I talk about because I'm afraid you're going to make me feel bad about it. I never teach that. People tell you this, just keep your dream to yourself.
No, I hate that.
Because people going to dog you out for your dream. That's not teaching nobody no confidence.
I want to find out as soon as I can if you're a true supporter or not.
Absolutely.
If you're not, then I'm going to cut you off with the quickness.
Exactly.
Right, so no, right. So you don't, and again, because when you decide, I'm going to hide it, you're going to stop your growth. What that is shrinking back. Don't hide it. Keep talking about it. Hey, I need to hear my own dream come out of my own mouth.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like you can't talk talk about it with everybody.
And that is true. So you may not be able to talk about it with everybody.
Well, not everybody, but I mean like.
No, listen.
Like,
you may not be able to talk about it with everybody. Like I can come to him and say something like, yeah, I'm looking at opening up a comedy club. And then he says, oh, that sounds, I don't know. Are you a comedian? No. How many comedians you know? Not a whole lot. You ever own a comedy, any kind of club? Nope. Well, why would you do that? And I'll have the conversation with him. Because, dude, look, it's only one comedy club in Jacksonville. It's ripe for the taking. Why would I not start a comedy club? I don't got to know everything. Because that's school taught you that. Got to know it all first. And you don't have to know it all. And so then right now, his response tells me what I need to do. They would say, man, I think that's just stupid. Now I know, okay, that's what's up. All right, I'm going to holler at you. I ain't mad. I can't mess with you no more. But I'm not going to stop speaking my dream out loud. I just know I can't mess with you no more. And if I love them, all right, I love them, and I might check on them once a week. You all right, bro? All right, love you, bye. That's it. What were you finna say?
Or I utilize people in this regard too. So when I throw something across somebody's way and they start telling me, like basically projecting their insecurities on me, start telling me like reasons why I shouldn't go down that path. You know, like it's just being aware of certain things that can come up as well. But remembering that I cannot be inferior of, what I want to do. Like I can't be afraid of.
Right.
I can't let that, control me.
Right.
So I would say to you, don't.
It's about being strong enough, knowing what you want to do, being passionate about it, being strong enough to, endure the naysayers, if you will. Like they're gonna.
Right, and I like the word he used.
Utilize them.
Endure.
What they're for, they're
That's
there
right.
to bring awareness, to like situations that can come that can make things go south. Okay, have a plan for that thing going south.
Right, and so this, yeah.
Holes through your plan.
So the two things that he said that's phenomenal is that last part and endure. You ain't gonna open no business and be successful if you have no endurance. If somebody putting down your dream makes you want to stop talking about your dream, you're not gonna be good in business anyways. Somebody's always gonna rise up and talk noise about what you got going on. Life is gonna rise up and kick you in the places, and and you're gonna want to quit and stop it. So if you don't have that ability to endure in the face of, I'm talking about face-to-face negativity, you're never going to deal with the negativity of, I just lost a $10,000 contract because somebody don't like me. Oh my God. No, we ain't going to complain about it. You're going to either fix that or go get you another one and quit being a punk. Go get it.
That's the realism about life.
That's the realism about life.
When we dream, we dream about all the positive things of what we're trying to do, right? Like we never even thinking about, we don't really think about all the, unless you train yourself to do that, right? Like what could arise that can really, make you fail at what you're trying to do. So those naysayers, they're there for that. They help, they bring the realism to it. Like, hold on. Right. Like, hey, you sure you ready for this?
Right, this is what it's going to be like.
Hold on, I didn't even think about that. What you said again, rewrite it. Not stopping what you're doing, but making sure your plan is foolproof.
Right.
I utilize a lot of friends for that.
And you got, and like you said, what it does is it makes you aware of what you're dealing with. I tell people, I'm not upset that you are the way you are. I don't wish you were different. I just know how you are, so I know how to handle it. Do you see what I'm saying? So that you don't let that stop you. So again, it's about your own confidence. It's about our confidence, our security in ourselves. That as I'm changing and growing, and these gaps are being created between me and people say, that's my friend. We've been friends since we were 7. A whole nother revelation is, I beg to differ. Y'all have been acquaintances since you were 7. People who are my friend are people who make me better. There's a verse in the Bible that says, like iron sharpens iron, a friend sharpens your countenance. So if you don't make me sharper, you are not my friend. Do that mean that I don't love you? I do love you. But no, you said I was 6. We've been in all kind of trouble together. I love you, but you are not my friend because you don't make me sharper. If you need something, I got your back. Hit me up, I got you. But other than that, we can't ride in the car together. And again, now watch this. We talking about your dreams and what they say and how it makes you feel, okay? So if you get in the car, Sophia, you and Andre, right? You are going to Georgia on 95. That's just your destination. He is going to Miami on 95, right? Opposite ways. And Andre says to you, Sophia, you suck because you told me we can't ride together. And then he goes tell everybody, Sophia's not a good person. We was friends, and she told me I can't ride with her no more. She's a horrible, horrible lady. And then it comes back to you that Andre been talking noise, right? It comes back to you, Andre been talking noise about you, and they say, Sophia, Andre told me that you told him he couldn't ride, and because you was going to Georgia, and he was going to Miami, and that made you a bad person, so you suck. What would you say?
We go in 2 different directions.
How can we ride together? Would it make you feel bad that so would it make you feel bad Because what they're saying makes no sense at all.
No, exactly.
So it wouldn't make you feel bad. Because you'd be like, y'all kind of retarded. You wouldn't even feel bad. I'm like, I don't know if you got good sense. Do you understand that 2 + 2 is 4? Like, I'm going to Georgia, and he's going to Miami, and you calling me mean because I told him he can't ride, or I can't ride with him because he ain't going where I'm going. Are you sure you articulate well? Like, you wouldn't even feel insulted. You would be like, I think something's wrong with you. Right? That's life, though. So if I'm going down a path that's to financial freedom, if I'm going down a path to personal development, if I'm going down a path to teach me how to do this and how to create my new revenue, and I got, and I want to create this thing, I want to leave my children some stuff, and I want to leave their kids some stuff, and somebody around you that ain't going that way, and you say, you know what, I know I've been knowing you since we were 7, Sheila, but I can't ride with you no more. Oh my God, Sophia, you acting funny, you acting funny, you acting funny. You know why you don't trip over that? Because you were like, you sound stupid. Like, we can't ride together because I'm going there and you're going there.
I got a phone. So now you said that.
Uh-huh.
Now, how does that equate, let's say, your spouse? Same scenario. I know that's the same scenario.
Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge. What I would say, first of all, is you need to go to counseling.
Counseling 101.
Got to go to counseling because I get what you're saying.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate because, and this is the reality, and the spouse that's not down, that's negative, I'm not so quick to talk bad about them sometimes, because when you married this person, both of you were dumb as a box of rocks.
Bag of rocks.
Well, I wouldn't say talking about you, but we could, if you are, but both were dumb as a box of rocks. Then one gets smarter. And now they're upset because this one didn't get smarter. Well, you married this guy and you was like this guy at first. Or you married her and y'all were the same. So it's not fair. It's not even right to be like, oh my God, No. When you got together, you were the same. You changed. He didn't change. She didn't change. You changed. So we're not gonna look at them like they crazy. You changed. You were not who they bought either. So the one who here who's acting different is not that guy. You're acting different. You see what I'm saying? So no, don't get me wrong. Growth and development has to happen, needs to happen, but we can't just be so quick to look down on that party who don't get it, because they ain't changing. Well, they didn't sign on and say, I gotta change. You was like this and they was like this, and then you decide to be somebody different. You know what I'm saying? Which is good, and you should. Don't get me wrong. But that's why it's a delicate situation. They're not the bad guy. They didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I would say it requires a bit of counseling. You need to sit down with somebody that's neutral, that's wise enough to help you navigate this, to help him see some things, to help you see some things, and try to help you guys have a similar value system for it. And then just keep doing what you can do, because eventually, as you sow, some of those seeds that falls on his heart will eventually bud. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that are married, have the conversation as many times as you have to until you can't talk no more. Don't be like, again, I got to say this. Say it again, then. I know we're talking a little bit about you. I like to, ask your husband to come to your class, and keep asking them, and keep asking them, and keep asking them, and keep asking them, and keep asking them until he says yes. I'm tired of asking them. Do you love them? Yeah, but don't get tired of asking them. It's not right to get tired of asking them. That's the person you're with. Keep asking them. Keep asking them. Keep saying it. Keep saying, baby, you're not listening. Baby, you're not listening. Baby, you're not listening. Say it as many times as you need to. Huh?
Yeah, this is.
It is. Because I would never say, like, if you all were dating, I would say, that ain't your guy. But you're married. You've been married some years.
19 years.
You see what I'm saying? And that is not enough to be like, I'm leaving you. No, not over that. You negotiated. You worked that out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say to you. Keep asking. Keep talking. Not nagging. You ain't. That's not it. Hey, babe, want to come to class with me? I really want you to see what I'm learning. Hey, babe, come to the class. Look at my notes. Baby, did you listen to the video I sent you? The video from the other class I missed. Can you look at it? Can you look at it? I want to talk about it. Look at it. But not, you don't never want to grow. That's not talking about anything. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the way to get them not to listen. You feel me?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
keep asking, keep showing, keep your excitement up. Let them see it. Let them, because he may want to see you show some fruit. You know, sometimes people just watch. I don't trust none of this stuff, but when they see you different, say, oh, maybe it is real. So you just keep asking nicely. You keep showing nicely. You keep asking again nicely. You keep talking about it nicely. Babe, I want to get into some investing. Babe, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? And you just keep it up in a nice tone, a nice way, and keep coming and keep doing what you're doing. Keep reading books and eventually you got to believe that sowing those seeds will show something. But beyond that, again, I would say, hey, babe, I'm noticing maybe that there's some differences that we have in how we're seeing life these days. So, you know, I love you to death. Do you mind if we go sit down with somebody? See what he says. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do maybe as well. So anyways, it's 12:30. But yeah, again, we talked about decision making last week. But don't forget, creativity is everything. That's creativity influence. Creativity. And as you continue to grow, realize that your relationships are going to change. Let them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't have your feelings hurt because of them. Nobody has to rise with you. It ain't the obligation to rise with you. You can't get mad at people because they don't want to rise with you. That ain't right. They get on my nerves. That's not your business. They get to decide when they want to rise or grow. They can go to their deathbed broke as a joke, and it is none of your business. You know what I'm saying? So again, we don't look down on those people that don't want to rise with us. It's okay. You don't want to rise with me? I'm cool with it. I just got to let you know I love you, but I can't ride with you anymore because we're not going to the same place. And I'm not mad about it. If you ever want to go where I'm going, get in the car.
I think it's sometimes it's like when you're trying to like elevate your family, because you see more than what they can see, and you're trying to like, you know, each person rise together.
Right.
And sometimes it's like you have to let that go.
You got to let it go because
So
the only
that
person that
basically,
number one thing you can
yourself.
do, right. If you can't swim, you can't save nobody, for darn sure.
Because I think for me, I'm always like, okay, let's go do this with
Right.
my family, my children, whatever, whoever's close to me, because I'm like.
And this is the thing you got
to.
to realize too, Sophia.
What I have, I'm always giving. I'm always helping. All the people that I know.
And we
that
talked
need
about
help.
that last week, how to manage some of that.
Yeah, so it's like.
Because look,
I don't like to leave people behind, but.
you're responsible for your children that are under 18 and your husband, if you have one. That's it. If your children are adults, because I have a grown son, and if he decides to be a bum, guess what I already told myself? I'm going to let him. He is a grown man that can be a bum if he feels like it. You know, come over and eat, but you can't stay here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, he in college right now, so yeah. But if he was 25, 30, not listening, not getting it, even if he was like, we dead broke. I got some food, son, come and eat. Can I stay here? No, go home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nowhere to stay. Come here at 9 o'clock at night, eat a meal, and get your tail up at 6 o'clock and leave my house. You know what I'm saying? I won't have you sleeping in the streets, but you don't live here. So get up at 6 o'clock and leave. Come back at 9, you can eat and go back to bed.
It is extremely tough when you're dealing with like loved ones or whatnot. You want them.
You want them to,
grow
yeah.
And prosper from the things that you know, like you're learning and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, like kind of how I look at it is like, how much do I love myself? You know, like do I love myself enough to say to them, like, hey, listen, I'm presenting you information. If you're not going to act on it, if you're not going to make a move, then I need to let you go. You know, I'm going to love you from afar. Meaning I'm going to limit the access that you have to me. You know, you'll see me family reunion. You know, I call and I shoot you a text every once in a while. But us hanging out all the time and having, you know, conversation.
And it does not mean that I do not love you still.
Because it's 24 hours in a day, and I need to utilize the time that I'm giving you on something that's going to help me go somewhere else.
Right. So remember that, Sophia. It does not mean that you don't love them.
As a mother, as a parent, and a woman, because we're more nurturing, more caring, it's like it's hard to see our family.
I know women who are good at it.
You know?
I don't think it's harder for women by virtue of the fact that they're women. I think it's harder for women because they're taught a bunch of foolery.
I think something that I've done recently is I became so masterful at leading my ship, which is myself, that the conversation shifted from what is she doing, why is she doing that, to, okay, can you show me how to do that? because I just focus on leading myself. That's all I focus on, leading my ship. Where am I going with my money? What am I doing with my
And
money?
that, yeah, that's good. That's real good. That's real
After
good.
I became masterful in that, they stopped wondering, what are you doing? What are you doing? And start asking, can you help me? How can I be a part of it?
That's real good. Because I remember I told Anthony that. I said, dude, I gotta help my family. I said, let me tell you this. Do you really want to know how to help your family? The best way to help your family, Sophia, the best way is for you to go become successful.
Yeah.
When you become
One step
successful, yeah,
closer to that.
that's the best way you can help them. It's for you to become successful. That's it. Not talking. You go become successful, and they will come around. Some will, and some won't. Yeah. So
Some of them won't even be able to acknowledge.
they absolutely, yeah,
Recognize the fact that you are doing great things.
yeah. Some won't. That's why I said some won't.
Like, because
Right.
they see, especially if you have the distant family, you know, like they see you sporadically. They only see you on those like special engagements, right? Or family reunions.
Yeah,
Have
stuff like that.
fun
Weddings,
stuff.
funerals, yeah.
So they don't see the hard work in you. They don't see the you that's like meetings, you know, seminars.
Getting up early,
You know, they don't see
yeah.
that grinding you. You know, they only see the turn up or the fun you. So they don't even acknowledge the fact that you're doing great, right?
Right, and then it'll get to a point where when you do get there, some will be humble enough to say, okay, I need to ask her. But some will do this. They'll realize real fast, I could have been there too.
Right.
So I can never go back to her for that help. Because there'll be a constant reminder of where I could have been if I had listened when you said it.
Right.
You know, and this is the last thing I'll say, because I've been there. I have helped more people who are not my family become successful.
No, yeah.
So many. The company still exists now. I can just point them out, and it breaks my heart at times when I can look at my own family and say, why won't y'all let me help y'all?
Right.
But I don't ask them,
Yeah.
and I don't trip out about it. You know, at times I just sit and contemplate on it. Man, that kind of hurts. That I wish it could have been them. But when the day comes and we're on the river, on the boat, on the yacht, traveling when we feel like it, and it's you and your homegirl and the lady you met a year later after you started, and y'all grind it out together. When that time comes, and you sit back and say, I wish this was my sister on the yacht with me, but it ain't. It's you. I wish this was my little brother who would have been on the yacht with me, but it ain't. It's you. I got a friend of mine who lives in Miami, and I sent her a text one day. I said, all of the stuff that we saw, been through, grown through, I said, just one day we're going to be on the yacht like you and telling stories. Do I wish it would have been my own sister? Yeah, but it ain't going to be. It's going to be this lady. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it is what it is.
It is.
I won't let the love that I have for my family or somebody else be my demise.
Right, and it don't mean I don't love you. I still love you. If you need me, I'll shoot you 10 to pay to do this. If you broke and you all ain't eating, call me. I got you. But we still can't ride together because it makes no sense if I'm going to Miami and you going to Georgia to be getting in the car with you. Can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, any other questions? Cool.
That was just
All right.
always like trying to bring up people what to come on, get on board, but you know.
It won't be the people. That's the thing. I do say this.
Family.
If you get to the top, people say lonely at the top. That's a horrible statement. If it's lonely at the top, you didn't do it right. But it will not be the people with you that you wanted it to be. It will be the people that you picked up along the way who had the fortitude to say, she has something I want to hear. I'm going to listen. They will be the people at the top with you. What we mean is the people I wish was at the top with me are not.
Right.
Let it go. Go to the top, and whoever wants to come, that's who you take. That's who becomes your family that you deal with every day. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, all right, guys.